Hi everyone, my name is Laura Kirsten, and today I'm going to show you the basics of setting up and hosting your very own meeting on the Zoom platform. Hosting a meeting online is a great way of connecting with people, whether you'd like to share information on a specific topic, the AIM products, or even the AIM business opportunity. Whether you're presenting to just one person or a larger group, you'll be able to see that once you're familiar with the basics, you'll easily be able to host a meeting like this. Let's look at what you need to get started. You can download Zoom for free online. You can opt for a basic free account which allows you to host up to 100 participants with a 40-minute limit on group meetings. You always have the opportunity of upgrading at a later stage if you think it's necessary. Let's show you how to schedule your first meeting. When you open the Zoom app, you'll be able to click on this button here called Schedule, and the Schedule Meeting block will open. Give your meeting a name, select your date and time. When you see Meeting ID, you have a choice of either generating the Meeting ID automatically, meaning that each meeting will have its own ID, or you could use your personal Meeting ID. The difference is that if you give your personal meeting ID out, you will have to let participants in to the meeting one by one. Let me demonstrate this for you. When it comes time to start your meeting, you'll have to let the participants in one by one. So you'll literally have to admit them as they join. This can be time consuming, and therefore I'd always recommend rather going for a unique meeting ID each time. Password is optional as well. I prefer not to put a password in because it's one more field that people need to enter to be able to join your meeting. As the host, you'd usually select that your video will be on before the meeting starts, and you have a choice for your participants too. If you're meeting with a small group, you might like to have their videos on so you can interact, but if you have a larger group, you may want to preserve bandwidth and all the distractions of seeing what's going on in people's backgrounds and auto-select that their videos will be off. Likewise, you can already select to mute participants on entry. This means that when they join your meeting, their microphone will already be muted and you don't need to worry about picking up background noise from what's going on in their own setting. You then click Schedule and your meeting will be saved. Before you start your meeting, take note of your background. Is it clear and uncluttered? What kind of look are you going for? You have the opportunity to stage your background that appears on your camera. As you work to build your reputation and your personal brand, these will become more important. Also be aware of noises in the background, like TV and kids playing. You might find that using a pair of earphones can help you hear clearer if you plan to engage to and fro with your audience. Remember, you'll be on camera, so present your best version of yourself. You can keep the pajama pants on, but make sure to look presentable on top. I like to open my meeting room for 5 to 10 minutes before my meeting starts. This way, people have a few minutes to sort out their technology so that they're ready when we want to get started. They also know that they're in the right place and they have a clear indication of how much time before the meeting starts. When it's time to start your meeting, you can navigate straight back to your Zoom panel and your meetings for the day will appear here. You select Start to start your meeting. As you hover on the bottom of the screen, you'll see that your control panel will appear. For the purposes of this meeting, I've muted my mic and I've stopped my video. If you hover on Manage Participants, you'll be able to click and see who's in your meeting. From here, you also have the power to mute everybody or unmute them. So let's say somebody joins your meeting and they've forgotten to mute their microphone, and you didn't pre-select this when you first set up the meeting. You can easily just go to them and let's say this person was unmuted. You then can mute them from here, which is really helpful. You can also stop videos if they've popped their video on and you realize that there's something going on in the background. You can just switch it off from your control panel. Another great feature to try in groups is the poll functionality. When you click on polls, it will open up a new window for you and you can enter a new poll. So let me put one together for you quickly. Name of mine and the question. And I'm saving that poll. When it's time for you to launch your poll, you click launch and your participants will then be able to answer on their side. I'm going to give them a chance to submit their answers so we can see. I have 2 participants and they've completed this. I see this. I click end and I can share the results with the group. So this was a bit more of a serious question, but you could ask people a variety of questions just to get them engaged and to do a little dipstick along the way to get people to get feedback that'll help you customize your presentation and what you're talking about. From this panel, you can also share your screen. So if you're wanting to share a slide in the beginning of your meeting to set the tone or to set your waiting screen, you can share one from your screen. And if you have a presentation that you'd like to share, you can also share your screen presentation, open it up on PowerPoint, and then you can share your screen. Lastly, you can also record your meeting. So if you're wanting to do this, you could record it on your computer or to the cloud, and then start and stop it here. When it's time to end your meeting, you just hover down here on the right hand corner and you click End Meeting. Once your meeting is finished, if you've recorded it, you can choose to upload it to a platform like YouTube or Vimeo, and then you also have the option of who would see this. So if you're happy for the public to see it on YouTube, you can just select public and anybody who goes onto YouTube and searches can come across your video. If you'd like it to be private so that it's only accessible to people who you share the link with, then you can select unlisted. This way, people who maybe missed out on the meeting can get a recording of it afterwards, and people who would like to listen to it again can do so. I really hope that you'll feel confident to give it a try and to start connecting with your downline and your networks. If you run into any questions or trouble, you can hop on over to Zoom's Help Center or even onto YouTube, where you can search for guides that will help you, lots of little video clips that go into much greater detail, as there is some further functionality that you can try as well. I just wanted to share the basics with you. Good luck, and I hope to see you in a meeting soon.